Hi, Jake with Diode Dynamics. Today in the garage, we're going to take you through the simple installation steps for our LED map, vanity, dome, and trunk lights on my 2013 Honda Accord. This is one of the most inexpensive, easiest upgrades you can do for the 9th Gen Accord and only requires basic hand tools. Let's get started. To get started with the installation of our LED map lights, we're actually going to pry off these plastic covers using a small plastic trim removal tool. Now to get these covers off, you're actually going to reach towards the front in the corner, so you'll actually pry in with that little tool. And once we have the front loose, we can do the same with the back. And then we'll set that cover to the side. Now, if these bulbs were on recently, remember these are halogen bulbs, so they will get hot. You might need to use gloves. So remove the stock bulb, and then we'll plug in our HP5 LED Diode Dynamics replacement. And while we still have that plastic cover off, go ahead and test for function. Then we simply slip that plastic cover back on. Then we repeat the same steps on the passenger side map light to finalize our installation. All right, to get started with the installation of our LED vanity light bulbs, we're gonna pull off these two plastic covers. Now we recommend using either a pick tool, a plastic trim removal tool, or a small flathead screwdriver. You're gonna insert it from the bottom where there's a small hook tab, and then there's two placement tabs on either side at the top of this plastic lens. If you don't pull the lens straight out, you can actually break the two plastic placement tabs up here on the top. Now when it comes to removing the actual bulb, we would strongly recommend using something non-metallic like a plastic trim removal tool to get the bulb out. With the stock bulb out, we simply slide in our Diode Dynamics LED replacement. Now, these are polar sensitive, so as you can see, when we inserted the bulb, it did not light up, which is not a big deal. We simply take our plastic trim removal tool and then reinstall the bulb. It lights up once we've flipped it 180 degrees. Then simply slip our cover back on. We're gonna go ahead and use our trim removal tool to get that bottom tab back in. Then repeat the same steps on the left side. With our vanity lights installed on the driver's side, we'll move over to the passenger side and redo everything we just did, and that'll wrap up our vanity light installation. Now to get started with the installation of our LED dome lights, we're gonna use that same plastic trim removal tool that we used on the map and vanity lights to get this plastic cover off. Now, there's no obvious opening for the plastic trim removal tool on this vanity light cover, so from the back, we recommend simply working either this plastic trim removal tool or a flathead screwdriver in between the trim piece and that plastic lens, and then that plastic lens will pop right out. Once you have the plastic lens out of the way, simply reach in, grab that stock halogen bulb and remove it. Now again, if this bulb has been on, you're gonna want to be wearing gloves or use a tool to remove it because these bulbs get hot. Then with our stock incandescent bulb out of the way, we'll install our HP5 LED upgrade. Then with the cover still off, go ahead and test for function. Make sure it lights up properly. If it doesn't light up right away, don't worry about it. Simply pull the bulb out, flip it 180 degrees and reinstall it. Then you'll simply slip that plastic cover on. We recommend inserting it from the back first and then push the front straight up into the roof and it'll click into place. And that's all there is to it. To upgrade our trunk light, you'll simply reach in using a plastic trim removal tool. If you don't have one of these tools, you can also use a flathead screwdriver. Now we're gonna reach in on the right side, so the passenger side of the vehicle, and we're gonna pry very gently against this housing, and that'll release the housing from the trunk. Now this bulb is gonna be hot, so be careful. You might need to wear gloves in case the bulb's been on for a while. So up here on the top of the housing, there's a little gray tab. You can actually depress that, and that will disconnect the bulb from the electrical supply, so the bulb will start cooling off. And then again, using gloves if need be, you can remove the factory halogen bulb and slide in your Diode Dynamics LED replacement. Then with our new trunk light bulb installed, we'll reconnect it to that factory harness. Now it lit up right away. If it doesn't light up, it's not a big deal. Simply remove the bulb, flip the connection 180 degrees, and then reinstall it. Now that we know that it's functioning properly, we can reinstall this housing back into the trunk lid. And that's all there is to it. Now you can see with my car here, the LED bulbs that we've installed here today make a massive difference, not only in how modern the interior of this car looks, but with the amount of light output we have available at night. For more information on our LED map, dome, vanity, and trunk lights, click the links below or use our dealer locator tool to find a dealer near you. Thanks for watching.